Your Nevada Wolfpack are 6-4 here in season number 1, 4-2 in Mountain West Conference play. We have been really impressive this year, building on a only 3-win season in 2024. And now here we are this season, winning games on the road, winning tough matchups, beating rivals like Boise State. In fact, we only gave them their only loss in conference play. We are the only team to defeat them. We are 4th right now in the Mountain West. We need a lot to break our way in order to punch our ticket into the Mountain West Conference Championship. We need San Jose State to lose because they are above us, and then also we need Hawaii to lose. It's very unlikely that Boise State will lose at this point in the season, but we do have some recruiting updates and some coachability updates in this episode. So I am going to be focused on developing players long term, which is why we chose the motivator tree. And the Mountain West is a good conference to develop players in, because if you recruit guys here, especially with proximity to home and playing time, this is where they're going to get it, at these smaller schools. So we are just setting ourselves up for the future. But in today's episode, we have to make moves here in the Mountain West, especially beating these teams that are kind of bunched together. Game number 1 in this episode is versus Wyoming. Let's get into the highlights. There is Kai Woods Caleb Ramsor for a gain of 10. We have a lot of running backs. We have been circling in and out of the lineup. And here comes Herschell Turner into the game. He gets a carry up the middle. Herschell Turner is a freshman technically, and he is our star of the offense, but that has been the story. He has been hurt quite a bit this year. He's back in the game here on a 3rd and 6, but there is a missed throw by Purdy. And that's one of those things. Purdy has just been off the mark at very crucial times this season. Here is Wyoming on offense, and the defense cannot get to stop. Teron Kelman, the tailback for Wyoming, leads them in rushing this year. Wyoming with the 4-6 record, but here's a nice throw to the right side. That one is caught, and it is a first down. And that is number 4 on the outside, Edward Rambo, who's been our best cornerback this year. But here is Wyoming inside the 5. They will run it in for the touchdown, and they will take the lead early on in this one, as they are at home. So we got to win another road game here in the Mountain West. So down 7-0 here, a fake jet sweep touch pass, throwing across the middle, looking for Jace Henry. It's intercepted, and Chubba Purdy throws yet another interception this year. Purdy's just been off with these tight window throws, and this one wasn't even a tight window. He just overthrew Henry. That could have been a touchdown right there, at worst down at the 1. Instead, it's an INT. We do hold them on defense, and here is Herschell Turner, though, getting a nice gain of about 8-9 yards on that. As we bring it to the 1, he remains in the game. We hand it right back to him, and he walks in for the touchdown. And we will at least tie this ball game up here in the first half. Points have been hard to come by in the first half for this team. We are a very slow starting team. Down by 7 now in the second quarter. Here's a throw across the middle, looking for Marquise Ashley, the junior receiver. That one's intercepted. Purdy just threw that one a bit high, in my opinion. Did not lead his receiver enough. I wanted that to be low and away. It would have been better as an incompletion, obviously, but just not where we wanted that pass. Now second half action, down 17-10, and here is the defense giving up a big play for the touchdown. I have no idea what happened on that tackle right there. I don't even know if he was going for a tackle or a deflection, and he tried to just contort his body to make a different play on the ball. And now we're down by 14. Towards the end of the third quarter, though, Purdy still throwing this one to the sideline. He's got 2 INTs today, but we're inside the 5. That means Herschell Turner's in the game, and he walks in for his second touchdown today. He will gritty his way to his season high in touchdowns in a game. That is 2. We'll see what happens here in the fourth quarter, but we have to come back now, down by 7. Handoff now to Turner. Turner staying on his feet, and he will get the first down. He's nearing his career high in carries as well. He's got 19. Here's a quick throw. That's caught by Riley Langley, the walk-on sophomore, and he will pick up a first down. Inside the 10 now. We're going to run Burleson in motion this time. A play action throwing this time to Jace Henry at the 2. And he will get tackled. And that sets up a 3rd and goal. Back to Turner. Turner fighting forward. Tackled at the 2 again. And now it is 4th and goal. You got to figure this could be the game. We do have all 3 timeouts, though. And Purdy will hand it back to Turner. And he's in for the touchdown. We will tie this ball game up after a career high in a game for Herschell Turner with 3 touchdowns on the ground. And now it's up to our defense to hold off this Wyoming offense. Well, here it is, all on the line here. There's a quick throw across the middle. Stone Combs could not make the tackle, and that will be a 1st down. 1:45 to go here. Another throw, wide open man across the middle. 1st down and more, and a nice scoop tackle that time by Najee Logan. 1:33 to go now. Clean pocket, throw it to left side, and another open man. I'm not sure who had that zone, but Julius Barnes-McGee, number 34, was in the area. Another quick throw. That one's caught. Stone Combs, that was his guy. And it's a tackle by A.J. Odoms. Now read option. What a block there. Inside the 5. Odoms on the tackle. 38 seconds to go. Wyoming still has all 3 timeouts. They can take their time here. 1 timeout remaining for the Wolfpack, and it's a touchdown for Wyoming. They go all the way down the field. They use about 1.5 minutes exactly. And they will take the 7-point lead. And now the game is in Chubba Purdy's hands here. Towards the end of the game, here is Purdy rolling to the right, throwing all the way back across his body. What a terrible decision. His 3rd INT of the game, and that will do it. You know, the funny thing is that was a terrible decision to throw it across the field right there, but Purdy already missed like 2 big touchdown passes earlier in this game. It's not like that one play was a defining bad throw. Like, there was plenty of bad throws where he missed his target. And yes, that was an user error. Obviously, I'm playing quarterback here. Don't grill me in the comments section. That was a terrible throw. But we do end up losing here by 7 on the road to Wyoming. So our Mountain West Conference championship hopes are definitely dented by that loss. Looking at what we did on the ground, though, 23 carries for Herschell Turner, and the surprise thing is wear and tear did not affect him at all today. He had a minor injury, came back in the game, and he was good, which was pretty crazy. It's funny how I don't know if those sliders are working, but something is working that we're tweaking there with them. Thomas Witt had a half sack, but not a lot of pressure on the quarterback today. A.J. Odoms did have a interception early in the game, but we cannot get the victory on the road versus Wyoming, and that will set up our final game of the season versus our rivals in UNLV. And coincidentally, all the scenarios we needed to happen happened. San Jose State lost and Hawaii lost. You got to be kidding me. So that just turned into a must-win, to be honest with you, and we lost that game. So now we have 1 game remaining. We will remain at that 4th spot in the Mountain West Conference standings. With the win, we probably would have been 3rd. Hawaii probably would have been above us, but we would have moved up at least 1 spot, and that last game Hawaii would have played would have meant a lot more. But we do get a big commitment from the dual threat quarterback out of Venice, Florida, Enrique D'Amico. I really wanted to recruit a few quality quarterbacks, and we got 2 with Enrique D'Amico along with Chet Harper, who is our number 1 prospect on the board. I made it a point to not even scout him. 6'4", 195, dual threat out of Florida. I figured he's athletic. He's probably got a really good arm, and after scouting him just a little bit, he's probably going to be a stud. We'll see what those ratings are going to look like. On our board, though, I do want to make sure we do recruit for depth, so I am going after Deontay Stacy here, a JUCO junior linebacker. I like to go after like 1 or 2 JUCOs a year just to see if one of them pops, and I think he's going to be a really good player and hopefully could add some depth to our defense. But today's episode is highlighted by the biggest game of the year. And I say that as a Nevada Wolfpack coach. There's 1 game on the calendar we want to win every single year, and it's the Battle of Nevada versus UNLV. UNLV is also 6-5, so this is a very even game here. Chubba Purdy has been playing pretty up and down this season, and I think it is time for a change. 8 touchdowns to 12 INTs on the year. Obviously, that 3-interception game last week makes those numbers look even worse, but Purdy has just not been impressive enough for me to keep him here consistently for every game. And I think I need to give AJ Bianco, who is a sophomore in the game, junior in real life, a chance to show what he's got, especially going into next year. The conference championship is officially out of sight now, and I think we need to see what we have in Bianco. He could potentially be our quarterback next season, depending on how things go. But UNLV is a very interesting team. The last 3 weeks, they have been lighting up the scoreboard. They're on a 3-game win streak, a 46-7 win, a 35-7 win, and a 48-34 win versus Hawaii. They are as hot of a team as they can get here in this series. Anthony Calandria is the starting quarterback for the UNLV Running Rebels, and I think this is going to be an interesting game as they put up points. And what's the one thing that we struggle with? It's the secondary. They can run the ball pretty well with Jalen Glover as well, who's got 10 touchdowns on the ground. But we're really going to need to stop this receiving core. I'm looking at Dejon Reynolds, who's got 8 touchdowns on the year. I'm looking at guys like, Jaden Bradley, who is a very dynamic player. They are going to miss JoJo Earl with an injury along with Troy Amiri. Both of those guys are hurt, so they will be down a couple of weapons. But also defensively, they're also pretty good and pretty productive, led by Kavon Lee, who's got 8.5 sacks on the year. And then Denver Harris, who has 5 interceptions as well. This is a very well-balanced team. I'm curious to know how good UNLV is going to be in this series. It's going to be a lot of fun to play this rivalry. Let's get it underway. The Battle of Nevada does begin, and this time it's in Reno. So we play both of our rivalry games versus Boise State and UNLV at home. So last year, let's forget about it. 38-14 loss here for our Wolfpack. We do lead the all-time series. 28-22 is our record in this one. The first carry is going to be a carry to the left side. Jaden Thomas is going to get tackled, and that is going to be Kason Kitchen with the tackle in the backfield. I've been on Kitchen's case quite a bit this year, but he has made plays for us. Here is a throw, Calandria to the flats, and there is another catch, and it's who else? Kason Kitchen, there first. So we do force the punt here on the opening drive. AJ Bianco will take the field here for the first time as a starting quarterback for the Wolfpack. Here's a handoff to Herschell Turner, who picks up a gain of 2 to start out this one. Already across the 50 now after a bad punt, and a 3rd and 5 screen pass to Herschell Turner. Turner gets tackled in open field at the 30. That's just a play that Herschell Turner does have to improve on in the offseason, especially if he does stick around. He does not make a lot of guys miss. Here's a throw by Bianco across the middle, and Turner can't hold on to that one. If that was thrown a bit better, Herschell Turner might have scored on that. And now it's a 3rd and 10 now. Here is Bianco buying time, rolling to the right side. Nobody open, and he takes a big sack all the way back at the 44. Dropped back way too far on that play. So here is Calandria back out onto the field here with this UNLV offense. Here's a quick throw to the right side. That is going to be caught by Dejon Reynolds for a first down. Calandria now with 3 wide receivers out there and a tight end. There's another throw, and that is going to be a nice tackle there by Julius Barnes-McGee, the senior nickel corner. We're definitely going to have to recruit at cornerback here in the offseason as Calandria takes off to the right side and picks up the first down. Our secondary is going to look very, very different coming into next year. Now a 1st and 10. Quick throw across the middle, and I'm looking for guys who can make plays across the middle, especially when defending the pass. 2nd and 9 now. They're inside just about the red zone, and that one will push them forward for a gain of 8. And that brings them to a 3rd and 1. You got to think they're going to run the football on this play, so we're going to send the house here, carry up the middle, and there is Stone Combs along with Iupata. And we will, Ropati, I should say, not Iupata, Ropati, and we will get them to settle for the field goal on that drive. 3-0. Bianco back on the field here, rolling to the right side, throwing to an open Marcus Bellin. Bellin makes a man miss and breaks a couple of tackles. Tackled at the 40. Marcus Bellin, the senior, was a guy that I had coming into this series. He was going to make a major impact. It just hasn't been there. I wanted to show this sequence. I've never actually seen this in college football 26. They called a timeout there because we were running hurry up, which is very different than we've seen in sports games. So now a 3rd and 9, but Bianco, nice pass to Bellin in the last play. Let's see what he does here. Stands in the pocket, throws this one deep, looking for Henry, and incomplete. He had a man open there on the sideline, elected to go for the big play. Did not work out. So here's Calandrio with the quick throw to start the next drive, and that is a gain of 3. Bringing it to a 3rd and 4, just across the 50 at this point. Calandria in the pocket, pressure on him, throw into the sideline, and a good play that time. And it's Kason Kitchen again with a nice play. So here we go, back on offense here to start the second quarter now. Here's Bianco. This time he's not going to stop and throw. He's going to take this one with his legs for a first down on that scramble. 1st and 10 again, play action fake, pressure off the left edge, and Bianco gets hit. And Bianco is down. So in comes Chubba Purdy, who just got benched for this rivalry game, and now we're asking him to come in and fill in for Bianco, who took his spot today. And his first play from scrimmage is going to be a first down throw up the seam, finding Jace Henry, the senior tight end. Purdy's accuracy does come and go, and that's a big reason why we benched him. Here's a throw across the middle and an athletic catch by Nate Burleson the second. Bruised ribs here for Bianco. He will be back soon. But Purdy in the pocket now, a 3rd and 9. Here's a throw across the middle. It's Herschell Turner who holds on to this one this time and picks up a gain of 11 for a first down. So a nice couple of throws here from Purdy. Maybe the bench did him well. There's a nice throw again, and it's Herschell Turner on the sideline inside the 5, and it's goal to go. RPO action over to Jace Henry. And wow, Marquise Ashley was wide open in the end zone on that RPO. It's now a 3rd and goal. A quick throw, and it's Ashley this time. We will find him. Flag on the play. What will it be? And it's going to be offsides on the defense. So this play will stand, and we will take the 7-3 lead. So Nevada, can we come up with a stop here on defense in this rivalry game? You can already tell both defenses playing pretty tough so far. Here's a handoff this time to the outside, and a nice tackle by Rambo. Jaden Thomas, who has 10 touchdowns on the year for the Rebels. 2nd and 9. Another throw out to Thomas, and a good spin move. Spinning forward, and he will get enough for the first down on that play. And that was Edward Rambo missing the tackle that time. Across the 50 now for a 3rd and 6. Here's Calandria throwing deep this time. One-on-one for A.J. Odoms in coverage, guarding Jaden Bradley, and it's going to fall out of the back of the end zone. So 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's a deep shot looking for Burleson, and we have yet to complete a deep shot pass in this series so far. Can't wait till we can do that. Turner now cutting back on the carry up the middle. He will get a gain of 3. That brings it to a 3rd and 7. Purdy throw into the right side, buying some time, and Henry cannot hold on to that one. So we will give it right back to UNLV, and they will have 2 minutes to put some points on the board. Calandria, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the Mountain West this year, he will take off and use his legs, getting hit at about the 45, and he will have the first down on that scramble. They do call their first timeout here with about 1:37 to go. Now they're at the 48. Here is Calandria throwing across the middle, and he's got his man. We had a man in that area and cannot make the play on the ball. It's a 3rd and 1 now. Calandria trying to scramble, and he throws to a wide open receiver, Jalen Glover, for the first down. And now they're inside of field goal range at that left hash. You got to watch out for these kickers that are not that good. We want them to kick field goals on the hashes, not in the middle of the field. So 3rd and 12 now. Calandria throws to left side, and this one is a catch and 1 yard short. looking for Jaden Bradley, and he looks like he is just a yard short. And they will bring out the field goal unit to attempt this field goal, and they will not convert here. I just talked about it. You want to keep them outside of those hash marks, especially when they're trying to get out of bounds. Make sure you tackle them in bounds, and then that play ends up ruining a chance to put some points on the board before halftime in this rivalry game. So second half action now. Purdy is going to remain in the game as A.J. Bianco is okay to return, but I've been liking the play of Purdy today. That brings it to a 3rd and 10 on that pressure. Looks like UNLV will send more pressure. Here's a throw across the middle, finding Marcus Bellin. And those are the throws I need Purdy to make consistently. He just hasn't been as consistent making those tight window throws, but that time he connects. Here's Purdy again throwing. It's got Marquise Ashley, but flag on the play. We all know what this one is. He was just crossing the line. I'm not sure if the video games really follow the real life rules where it doesn't matter if any part of your body is still behind the line, it's still valid. I'm not sure. Here is a 3rd and 17 throw to the right side, and it is Nate Burleson the second who cannot hang on to that pass. So we will punt this one away to UNLV now, and back to receive the kickoff. It's a fumble. It's picked up by Nevada. What a play, and that is Xavier Abercrombie, the freshman cornerback, as he comes and lays the boom on the returner. And how about that, setting us up inside the 30. We haven't seen a special teams play all year, it seems like. Here is Herschell Turner, and he picks up maybe a gain of 1. Bringing it to a 3rd and 7 now. Here is Purdy throwing into traffic, and I'm not sure what happened on that play. I'm not sure if Burleson was tied up or he ran the wrong route, but they're going to call pass interference on the defense. I have not seen that penalty at all this season. Purdy now with a fresh set of downs. Here's a quick throw to Jace Henry, who falls down for a gain of 6. 3rd and 3 now. We're going to give it to Herschell Turner. Turner fighting through a tackler, and he will be in for the touchdown. Herschell Turner, all 5'9" of him, fights his way in, showing some power, and he will extend this lead. It is 14-3. So here is Calandria now at quarterback, looking to put some points on the board. Remember, they've scored back-to-back-to-back 34 at least point games, including 2 40-point games, and they only have 3 today. Across the 50 now. It's a 2nd and 9. Calandria in the pocket. The pocket collapses, and it's a sack by Dylan LaBarbera, the junior. Dylan LaBarbera and Jonathan Maldonado are both juniors and both expected to return after this season. It's now a 3rd and 16. We send 4 all day in the pocket, and we finally get some pressure by Amir Broussard, who does not get home, but it forces the throwaway. That was actually not Amir Broussard. That was Jonathan Maldonado. What am I saying? Here is a 2nd and 7 throw across the middle to start the next drive. It's Marcus Bellin who's got a first down. I just wish Marcus Bellin had a little more breakaway speed. Could have got at least 5 to 10 more yards on that one. This third quarter does wind down. It's a 3rd and 6. Here's a quick throw across the middle and too high for Burleson. Purdy's got to put that on the numbers. That's an easy throw. 4th and 6 now. Purdy in the pocket. He's going to throw this one to Ashley. He may have had Burleson on the other side, and he misses him. And now turnover on downs. 4th quarter begins. Calandria is going to start this one out with the handoff to Jalen Glover, but the defense has been playing extremely well today. That's Kason Kitchen. Said his name a few times this evening. 3rd and 6. Pressure. This time Calandria does throw it away. So the defense is there again. This time it's number 53, Justin Rivera, on the pressure. That's another walk-on freshman if you want to keep tabs on them. So here we go, back to the air game. This is going to be Nate Burleson, tackled right before the first down marker there on a 3rd down. And we're going to line up here to go for it on a 4th and 1. Here's a handoff, and it's Herschell Turner. He will get the first down and more to about the 43-yard line. So 6 minutes to go. We want to play this safe, not take any risky throws. Here's a throw to a wide-open Jace Henry inside the 20. And Chubba Purdy today, after a 3-interception game, has come off the bench, and he has been efficient besides a couple of missed throws. Here's a short throw this time. Herschell Turner on the screen pass. That will get a gain of 7. Let this clock continue to melt here. It's a 3rd and 3. Back to the ground game. It's Turner, and he has stood up at the 14. And the coach wants us to go for it here, so we will. It's a 4th and 5. We snap the football. Throwing across the middle is Jace Henry, and he will be stopped just a yard short. So UNLV with another opportunity in this game. Still only 3 points on the board here for their offense. Here's Calandria taking off. He will find the first down on that scramble, but they will hurry it up to the line. They get it to another 4th and 1 here. Calandria, we only rush 3. We bring in the 4th late. It's a catch, and that's a big gain by Jaden Bradley, tackled at about the 44-yard line by Kitchen. 1st and 10 again, another quick throw, and that is a catch and another first down. And we will call a timeout there to kind of give our defense a breather. Another quick throw this time to the left side, and that's Jaden Bradley. Another catch. And this drive continues here, methodically marching down the field. Finally, some offense by UNLV, and somehow Calandria avoids a sack on that one, gets it away, and that's a catch inside the 10 after the catch and run. And now it is the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal, quick throw. This time a tackle at about the 1. And now that brings it to a 2nd and goal. We have not kept them. We kept them out of the end zone all game, and there is pressure. It's Thomas Witts there on the sack, and UNLV will recover the fumble. 3rd and goal now. Calandria throws to the end zone. It's a touchdown. And they're going to have to go for 2, I'm guessing, here to bring it within a 3-point game, and they will do just that. To bring it to a 14-11 game, this one goes for 2. Calandria under pressure a little bit and will find an open target in the end zone. In a minute 33 to go, they will actually elect to kick the ball deep. So 3 timeouts remaining here for UNLV. There is a 5-yard carry for Turner. They burn 2 timeouts before bringing it to a 3rd and 7. A first down will win our first rivalry game versus UNLV in this series, but not this play. A sack, and we will have to punt it away. And UNLV down by 3, 0 timeouts remaining. We'll see what Calandria can do. 1st and 10 now. Here's a throw to left side and misses his target that time. Had an open man. That one sails out of bounds. 3rd and 5 now. Calandria. We send 4. Calandria loads up, throws this one deep, 1-on-1. This one's knocked away. And that's A.J. Odom who makes that play. And now it is 4th and 5 with 51 seconds to go. This could be it. Calandria under pressure. He goes down. Big number 99, Thomas Witt on the sack. His 2nd of the game. We will win the Battle of Nevada, and we will cap off a nice 7-win regular season. How about that? To add more to this story of this game, UNLV won 5 games versus FBS opponents. One of their 6 wins was an FCS team. So we just knocked them out of bowl contention. So they will not be participating in a bowl game this year. That feels really, really good. So they finished 6-6, no bowl appearance, and we get the big victory despite having pretty much a grinded out offensive game. We didn't put up many points at all, 14. Chubba Purdy has been just interesting this year, just up and down, and the story continues for Purdy, and I think that performance was enough for him to get the start in the bowl game, obviously, as a senior. As Bianco does have more career ahead of him, I'm not going to bench Purdy for a meaningless bowl game at this point. It's meaningful for us because we want to win, but as far as Bianco's career, probably does not matter too much. But a good defensive outing today. Very, very proud of these guys. They've had a tough season. Not a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, but offensively, it's been kind of, a struggle to keep our running backs healthy. So I'm happy to get to this point of the season. Larry Swain, who was the first prospect who we saw that was interested in coming to Nevada, finally wasted the last week of the season to commit. David LeCouture, 3-star running back out of Tucson, Arizona. He's going to be an interesting player depending on who else transfers at the running back position. Then Larry Tuilolo commits as well, another 3-star Mike linebacker. So that's going to do it for the regular season. We are 7-5 overall, and I would say this was a successful season 1. We do have to get prepared for the offseason, though, and we're going to make a change at the offensive coordinator. David Gilbertson has the scheme guru tree. I'm looking for somebody that can unlock more recruiting, because right now we do not have the recruiting tree unlocked. So we will be firing our offensive coordinator and looking for somebody that has more of a recruiting tree. I will keep Kane Ione at defensive coordinator just because he has some motivator skills, and I want to double them up with our motivator skills here to get some more XP in the offseason for our players. So for the Mountain West Championship, which we won't be a part of, it's going to be Hawaii and Boise State. Boise State actually comes in with major implications. They're number 20 in the nation, so they could be potentially playing for a playoff spot. So they definitely want to win this game and win this game decisively. So that's going to do it for the regular season. Next episode, we will recap with stats, and then we will also, of course, have our bowl game, and we will reveal that next episode. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.